guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a very long time, but I'm back. Um Today we'll be doing a fill-in on my nails, and I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. It was actually one of my New Year's resolutions that I was going to actually take YouTube seriously and post more consistently, so that's the goal. Right now I'm just pushing my cuticles back, and in the beginning you saw me using some kind of white liquid that's known as cuticle softener, and all that does is make the cuticles softer quite frankly, and it just makes it easier to push back and to get rid of. So now I'm using a little drill bit right here to get like the rest of the dead skin and anything else that was left over. Now I'm just using a medium grit sanding band to go over the surface of my nail that's exposed. This will make sure that the acrylic adheres to the nail properly and also prevent any lifting or anything. And next you see me going ahead and like buffing out the actual nail itself, because I had a previous design on it. I actually did these nails back in around Christmas time, and I just took the design off really badly, so there's like bumps and stuff on it, so I'm just trying to smooth it out a little bit so the acrylic application goes a little smoother. And I'm just dusting my nails off, and I'm dusting y'all off, and now I'm just cutting my cuticles. This is like so out of focus. I'm gonna get better, I promise. And next I'm just wiping my nails off with alcohol to make sure that everything's nice and clean. Now you just see me applying some nail primer. This is actually the no lift nail primer, but I put it in another bottle because I don't really like the brush that came with it, and I thought it was super inconvenient to like have to have the brush and the liquid separate, so I just put it in one. When you're applying primer, make sure that you're very careful about not getting it on your skin, because it will burn, especially if it has acid in it. Now you guys just see me getting started on my actual acrylic application. When you're doing a refill, take your time, don't rush. Make sure that you place your bead at a good angle, and that sometimes you can go ahead and just push it up there, and get it over with. But sometimes it's good to just ease into it and like get a smaller bead like you see I'm doing right now, and just placing it at the top, because sometimes the acrylic dries too fast. Sometimes certain things are out of our control, so don't rush yourself trying to make that one bead do the whole fill-in, okay? Just take your time. So you see me going in with another smaller bead, trying to make sure that everything is nice and smooth, and the whole cuticle is sealed and everything. Now I'm just taking a bigger bead and rebalancing the whole nail, because as I told you guys before, I fouled the design off so bad. I had bumps all over my nails, and I was doing some family members' nails, so my nails got really messed up. So I'm just taking my time and just doing my regular application. My first video was actually an application video, but looking back on it, it's so cringy, because I'm like, oh my god, I use so many beads. I'm like, oh my god. So I kind of want to do an updated application video. You guys can let me know if you want to see that, because I think that video was like 2 years old. So if you guys want me to make another one, I really don't mind. And because this is the same thing over and over again basically. But I'm just trying to make sure that the whole nail is smooth, trying to rebuild the structure, because this nail is looking crazy, not gonna lie. But I told y'all these nails I've been through a little bit, because I've had them since before Christmas, and I've definitely been using them as tools, even though you're not supposed to. But yeah, so this is like the next nail. I went ahead and jumped cut, because when I tell y'all I was all the way out of focus for a lot of this, it honestly made me so mad. But I promise I'm gonna get better. This is my first video back, so just bear with me. But it's just the same process over and over again. As you see me going with the next nail, take your bead, place it down. Sometimes you can go ahead and just use that same bead for the cuticle, or you could just work with it and then place another bead closer to the cuticle later on. I forgot to tell you guys, but I'm using a size 10 acrylic brush, and the monomer I'm using is from Kiara Sky. I have a discount code. I'll link it down below so you guys can purchase if you want. And the acrylic that I'm using is from Valentino. It's perfect nude. I showed it earlier in the video. And as you can see, like, this is a prime example of how you could just go back in and correct the little spaces that you need. Because you saw how I placed that bead on the side. I went ahead and smoothed it out. Like, you don't have to do everything perfect at the same time. You can go back and correct yourself. It's not, what did they say? It's not a marathon, it's a race. It's a marathon, not a race. So you can go back and correct yourself. Don't worry. Take your time. You know, nobody's rushing you. Now, you guys just see me coming in with the Pana 100 file. One thing I noticed when I started doing nails is a lot of people use 80/80 grit. And I tried to get with 80/80 grit, but it was just not working for me. Personally, I love 100. And I recommend, like, starting off, you try everything. Like, you don't take anybody's word for anything. Well, you could take people's word for some things, but still go and try it yourself, because you never know what will work better for you. A lot of people I know personally use 80/80s, and 80/80s don't do it for me. So, you know, just try everything out for yourself and see what works with you. You know, it's a, you know, trial and error type thing. And as you guys notice, I stopped filing my free edge with the nail file. I realized that going in with the drill bit at the end just gives me that perfect, crisp, you know, edge every time, and I don't have to do anything extra or break my fingers with the file or anything. So that's what I go ahead and do. And then I go ahead and thin it out at the bottom. In nail school, I learned that, you know, your nail should be as thin as a credit card. So I just go ahead and thin it out at the bottom to make sure it looks nice and everything. And here's like the finished product with the nails. And I'm showing you guys the different drill bits that you can use to seal the cuticle. I used the sharp one on myself. It's a Pana one, and I got it a long time ago when I first started. I believe it's a medium grit, but the safety bit that I showed earlier is what I use on my clients, because, you know, I'm scared of using a sharp one on them. You know, I've had bad experiences. I've had really bad experiences, okay? So I just use the safety bit on them. I don't even try to use these kind of bits on my clients. So unless if it's like my sister, you know, or somebody I know that's gonna sit there and like not move whatsoever, because I don't have time for it. I don't want to hurt nobody or anything. So here's the finished product. I'm just going ahead and wiping my nails down with alcohol. And next I'm going to be applying a peel off base coat. I applied this peel off base coat because I'm going to be doing a design on these nails, and I recently just got into the whole peel off base coat thing, and it makes it way easier to switch designs. Your nails last longer because you don't have to file them down after every single design. Like, it's just really convenient. So yeah, and we're done. I'm just gonna apply some cuticle oil, and I'm just fixing that little piece right there because I'm a perfectionist and I can't help it. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to my YouTube video. Leave anything in the comments down below, any suggestions on videos, any comments, questions, concerns, and yeah.